Hey guys, we have some really beautiful astrological energetics coming in all weekend long. We are being really washed over collectively on Earth this weekend by a massive tidal wave of pure divine love and healing energy that is really trying to bring us some soul healing and help us be released from some long-standing karmic ties, karmic loops, karmic patterns that have been holding us back in life. This is really a period of time this weekend that is uplifting us spiritually, healing our heart, healing our soul, and bringing us back to life in some way. So let's jump in and talk about these beautiful aspects that we have going on this weekend. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Friday, March 11th, 2022. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook for the weekend. In this report, I'm going to be talking about the astrological energetics for today, Friday, tomorrow, Saturday the 12th, and Sunday the 13th, and I will have them broken down in the timestamps in my description box below just to make things a little bit easier for you guys to navigate day by day. So let's jump in. Let's talk about what we have going on for Friday, but really before I actually start talking about day by day, I really should start by, just prefacing that this whole weekend is really operating under the influence of this really beautiful Sun-Neptune conjunction that we have going on in the sky, in the sign of Pisces. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. Jupiter is also actually the original ruler of Pisces. Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces. We currently have both rulers of Pisces in the sign of Pisces. This spiritual energy is very, very strong, very, very heightened right now. But with the sun, our consciousness and the light coming into a conjunction with Neptune in the sign of Pisces this weekend, this is a massive infusion of spiritual energy, compassion, empathy, and also perhaps a desire to evade reality that we are dealing with. When we're talking about the sun in a conjunction to Neptune, especially in the sign of Pisces, this is going to be like the absolute height of this aspect because Neptune is ruled by Pisces and they resonate to the same frequencies and the same vibrations. And so Neptune and Pisces, this is the truest vibration, the most pure vibration of the Neptune Pisces frequencies, which is very otherworldly, very spiritually connected, very much about merging into the all that is and sort of on a sort of very feeling basis. This is a water sign. We're talking about our emotions. We're talking about our feelings and our ability to really connect to the overall that is and universe and God. And Pisces energy doesn't necessarily like to be so involved with the actual tangible difficulties of reality and the physical world a lot of times. And when we're dealing with the sun in conjunction to Neptune, there are sort of like three specific dimensions and ways that this energy generally has a tendency of playing out. On one hand, it can make us feel very, very sensitive and connected to other people. Again, this is going to be very heightened because of the fact that Neptune and the sun are in the sign of Pisces, where this energy is natively born and therefore very much more pure and strong in its essence. But it can have us feeling very connected, very empathetic, and very compassionate towards other people. It sort of can create a very strong desire to help and to care for others and a strong sensitivity, as I said, towards others. Also sort of like this, it can almost create like a martyr complex in some circumstances in some type of a way. So with this aspect, we do need to be a little bit careful of sort of like forsaking ourselves and our own needs for the benefit of other people, because we can just feel so able to feel into another person's shoes sort of in this energy that it can really make us just want to give and help and be very compassionate. So in this energy this weekend, this is a very good energy to be helpful in, any way, either, in a personal situation or in a charity type of situation. This energy is very strong. One manifestation of the sun in the conjunction to Neptune. Another manifestation that can occur when we have the sun in conjunction to Neptune is a very strong and heightened connection or draw to or attraction to sort of like the occult and the metaphysical and the spiritual sides of life and reality, spiritual ideas and concepts and understandings, because we are really looking for the true meaning of things when we have the sun in a conjunction to Neptune. We're concerned with the deeper truths that are hidden behind the appearances of everyday reality. We are wanting to see through the illusion. We are wanting to shine light into any area of confusion or any murkiness or any lack of clarity. With the sun here, we're wanting to light that up. We're wanting to see under the surface. We're wanting to see into the depths. We're wanting to see, into the waves, under the waves of the ocean. And this very watery energy. And especially, being the sign of Pisces, the paradigm that we are currently transitioning out of, and Jupiter also being in very close proximity and moving into a closer conjunction to Neptune by the day. This is also bringing some truth and clarity, some spiritual truth, some spiritual enlightenment, and it's also bringing some revelations and really showing us some things that we may have been an illusion about and a delusion about, fantasizing about. This is shattering the illusion in a lot of ways too, and really aligning us with a higher perception of actual divine truth and what is really going on in situations. But this Neptune sun energy can really have us seeking the deeper meaning of life, what is really happening under the surface, the spiritual truths, and feeling gravitating and attracting more to the untangible, the invisible, the ungraspable, that type of stuff, in search of these spiritual truths that can give our life more meaning when we have these planets together. Now, the third way that a lot of times this energy can manifest, and this is the side that we kind of have to look out for, is Pisces can always bring a desire, as I said, to sort of evade reality, not have to navigate or deal with the more difficult and challenging aspects of our circumstances right now, to sort of escape the real world. And with Neptune and the sun in the sign of Pisces right now, and also with Jupiter in that proximity as well, we are really going to want to be careful to avoid overdoing it in terms of any substances, specifically alcohol, with this water energy. Now, even more so, we are having our moon transiting the sign of Cancer all weekend as well. This is another water sign forming a trine to the planets in Pisces right now. And so because we are also having the moon in a water sign while the sun is conjunct Neptune in Pisces, possibly triggering this desire to escape, avoid reality, all of this very feeling-based watery influence. Definitely want to avoid excess of alcohol this weekend for sure. That's not really going to be the escape route that is highly supported by universe at this point in time. This weekend is all about healing. It's all about soul growth and transformation and releasing ourselves from our past traumas and our karmic loops. This is really about this infusion of divine love that is filling us up inside, filling the voids of the things that we're needing to let go of and move on from now, which is also giving us the power and the ability to let go and to move on from the things that we need to do so now in divine timing with these beautiful aspects that we have going on this weekend. Meditation, contemplation, just really going inside. If we do need to escape in some way, this is the way that is going to be most conducive to our growth. Jupiter, the planet ruling growth, also in the mix with these planets. This is the route that we want to take if we are feeling that call to sort of escape from it all this weekend. We would much better off escaping into our higher selves and, that manifestation energy as well, with Venus and Mars still together. Very, very strong ability to, through the imaginative plane, imprint our desires and our passions in combination with our will and our ability to put in some practical work and effort in alignment as well with our faith. We can really, really conceive and fertilize and begin the process of creating and birthing some really beautiful things in this energy. But we do not, you guys, want to be hiding from our problems. That is not what we want to be doing, especially under the influence of alcohol this weekend because of all this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy that we have going on. So now let's break it down and let's talk day by day now that I have the overall gist of sort of what we're dealing with all weekend long, sort of groundwork laid. So on Friday, this is a very, very highly, all weekend really, but Friday as well for its own reasons, which I'll describe, a very, very highly intuitive and sensitive psychic energy day that we have going on. We have so much ability right now, you guys, to tap into the spiritual planes of reality and extract some spiritual guidance that can really help us lay our trajectory or form our path heading forward right now and gain some insight and awareness in terms of who we truly are and what we want for our lives going forward and how we can begin to practically move in that direction. We have the moon in Cancer. The moon will be in Cancer all weekend while we have this conjunction between the sun and Neptune going on, which is beautiful, because the sun literally could be transiting any sign, or the moon could be transiting any sign of the zodiac right now, but happens to be transiting a water sign and therefore forming a trine aspect, which are these beautiful, facilitating, helpful, peaceful aspect to the conjunction between the sun and Neptune. Really adding an additional layer of this healing emotional body energy infused in this spiritual healing that we are being just flooded with literally this weekend in terms of the energy. On Friday, though, that moon in Cancer will form a trine to Mercury, who has recently entered Pisces, while we have the sun in the conjunction with Neptune. They are 1 degree separated on Friday. The exact conjunction will be happening on Saturday into Sunday. But definitely with this moon in Cancer forming the trine to Mercury, our mind, there is a mental and emotional alignment going on Friday. And it is having to do with our emotional needs and also our mind's ability to actually open up and connect and receive this divine spiritual healing that is coming in with Mercury in the sign of Pisces alongside the sun and Neptune and Jupiter. Even though they are at a distance in the sign right now, they're still representing and vibrating to those same Pisces octaves. So, and with the mind, Mercury in Pisces as well, this is very much a daydreamy energy, fantasies, idealizations of reality, seeing things a little bit through rose-colored glasses. But it's okay because it's just giving us some optimism. It's giving us some hope. And we need to be in this more positive state of imagining and envisioning right now as we have all of this very powerful manifestation energy trying to help us create our path forward. Very daydreamy day. It's a very blissful energy is what it feels like as I'm looking at this chart. We are, wanting to take a lot of care of ourselves, care of others, a lot of affection, just nurturing and compassionate energy going on with that moon in Cancer forming the trine to Mercury in Pisces. Even our mind is in the alignment with this, and the sun and Neptune in that 1 degree orb conjunction. We are in alignment this weekend with our spiritual path essentially and our higher selves. And that is how this healing is able to be coming through and, filling us with the faith that we are headed in the right direction and that things are happening for a reason and that we can trust this process. Very, very much so psychic energy. Again, we have the sun on Friday coming to 22 degrees of Pisces. And I should say, you guys, as I'm doing my reports, when I'm talking about degree placement, I'm actually always rounding up a degree. And that is because, as you guys know, I read the Sabian symbols. And when we're reading Sabian symbols, we take into account that energy really is always moving in waves. And so by the time that a planet is at a specific degree, discharging a degree, it's really already beginning to pick up on the tones and the frequencies of the incoming wave and starting to express them. So it just makes more sense when we're reading the symbols to look at the symbol that is incoming and that is beginning to be manifested and expressed instead of the energy that is like waning out and that we are moving away from. And so whenever I'm personally talking about a degree placement, because of the fact that I'm referencing the Sabian symbols, I'm rounding up a degree. So when I'm looking at the degree placement today, the sun is actually at 21 degrees something minutes of Pisces, but I'm going to talk about the Sabian symbol for 22 degrees of Pisces. So I'm going to talk about the degree 22 degrees of Pisces. So that's how that works. And for those of you who are unaware of what the Sabian symbols are, what they are is a group of symbols that describes each and every one of the 360 degrees of the zodiac. Whenever we have a planet at a specific point discharging a degree, making an aspect, we can look to the symbol, Sabian symbol, and it just gives us more information in interpreting the energetics, the aspects. And I appreciate the additional information because I just feel like it gives us a more whole story view of what's going on. So back to the degree placement of today. On Friday, we had the sun coming to 22 degrees of Pisces. That Sabian symbol is a prophet bringing down the new law from Sinai. This to me, Neptune was at this degree for a very long time. And this to me is talking about the shift, the energetic shift, the shift of the ages, the shift of paradigms, the new law, the new vibrational law representing this new paradigm, this new air age, this new age of information and self-empowerment and self-mastery that's coming down right now. A prophet bringing down the new law, again, referencing this very psychic energy and this energy for us to really connect to our higher selves and receive guidance in how to navigate our higher selves or God or spirit or universe, however, you connect to that aspect of life and reality, and begin to bring down and embody this guidance in the form of this new direction that we are moving right now as we go through this shift of ages into this new law, this new world, this new reality. We have the Earth today at 22 degrees of Virgo. That Sabian symbol is a royal coat of arms enriched with precious stones. So to me, this is talking about perhaps that we are finally starting to really recognize that value and that self-worth that we truly hold within us. And this precious coat, or this royal coat of arms enriched with precious stones, that is truly the nature and the value of our soul. And that is sort of what this healing is trying to bring for us this weekend, especially in the context of this Venus, Mars, Pluto that we've had going on, this reintegration of the divine feminine, divine masculine, this purification and re-empowerment of our heart space, this purification and re-empowerment of our divine will fused together, coming together, transiting the sign of Aquarius right now, the age of Aquarius, where we're headed, the path ahead, the future, and what we're creating there in it, the divine lovers, these new soul connections coming in to bring us the sense of ultimate fulfillment and our ability to really tap into the resources that we hold inside of us and create from a place and rise into this frequency from, that stems from this place of this recognition of this royal coat of arms and these precious gems, these precious treasures that we are comprised of. And therefore, as a result, the paradigm shifting nature that has in our own reality in terms of the things that we are able to connect with, to manifest, to attract, and to bring into our life, and the circumstances that we can have as a result of that, because like attracts like. And when we recognize the value and the love and the will to have and to achieve within us, then we also reflect that in our external circumstances, and we are moving in that direction. This weekend is a major part, again, of this process of the renewal of our heart, of our soul, of the human spirit is coming back online right now. We have Venus and Mars today, conjunct 5 degrees of Aquarius. That Sabian symbol is a council of ancestors, is seen implementing the efforts of a young leader. This is the time of the cycle breakers, you guys. This is what I'm talking about. This is the weekend. We are breaking that generational trauma. We are breaking the cycles that have held us back from being able to create and attract and align with our authentic truth and our authentic potential, and really go through the process of coming into our highest potential and making our dreams come true in this reality. And that is the trajectory of this new frequency of this age of Aquarius energy and where it is trying to hide us. And we are being supported by our ancestors, by the spiritual world, by the spiritual plane, by God, by universe. And we have a very strong ability, a very tangible ability to connect to the untangible, the unperceivable right now with all of this Pisces energy. We are being supported from the other side in our pursuit right now, and in all of this healing energy that is being flooded and just downpouring upon us this weekend. We also have Neptune, 23 degrees of Pisces, a materializing medium giving a seance. Pluto, 29 degrees of Capricorn, a woman reading tea leaves. There is just this spiritual connection energy all infused in the aspects, in the symbolism across the board right now. And we are in this very, very powerful new moon in Pisces cycle as well, closing out this astrological year of lost opportunities regained. This energy is trying to heal us, you guys, and trying to get us to shift our vibration into a place where we can truly manifest miracles. And Friday is a beautiful day, a beautiful opening to this wonderful weekend of energy. Now let's move on. Let's talk about what we have going on Saturday. Saturday moving into Sunday. This is really like the big infusion of this healing energy that we have going on when these aspects come exact. On Saturday, we do have the sun moving into that exact conjunction with Neptune. This is happening later in the day, though. This is not happening like early in the day. That's why I'm saying it's like between Saturday into Sunday is when these aspects are going to be hitting. But again, you know, sun and Neptune in conjunction. What are the three tangible expressions of this that we can usually get? One, a very, very heightened and like powerful sense of compassion, empathy, ability to relate, sensitivity to others, and desire to truly help in some way or another. Two, a very profound calling to uncover true meaning in our lives via the elevated connection to the spiritual planes. And C, a strong potential desire to evade reality and to not deal with our problems, which we will be doing if we feel called, if we feel like that is the energy, through meditation, contemplation, going inside and aligning with our desires for the future and what we want to manifest. We are not hiding from our problems in this energy. We are creating solutions through our positive visualizations and imaginative imprints, okay? We have to be very, very, very careful. Saturday is not the night to go out drinking, even though there may be a very strong desire or call to do so. Alcohol is called spirits for a reason, you guys, especially in this energy when we are so open, when we are so susceptible. This is not the time when we want to be opening ourselves up to vibrational influences that can distract us or distort us or dissuade us off of our path or away from our convictions or our spiritual truths in some type of a way. On Saturday, in terms of our moon aspects, we have the moon going to be forming a trine to Jupiter in Pisces and also a square to Chiron in Aries. Now, this square to Chiron in Aries in correspondence to this other energy that we have going on, this could be triggering some type of healing crisis. But with all of this healing energy, it is likely to be resolved and actually like infused with light and truly healed by the end of the weekend. But there could be some deep-seated traumas or wounds getting brought up or kicked up in some type of a way on Saturday, but it is for the point and purpose definitely of an inner alchemization, an inner transcendence out of any state of victimhood into a true sense and feeling of genuine self-mastery and self-worth over the course of this weekend. So that may be something that we're dealing with on Saturday, but it is coming for a resolution. Also with the trine from the moon to Jupiter on Saturday, you guys, well, for one, this is big overblown emotions, but it is also like this hope and this optimism and this trust and this faith and this confidence in ourselves, in our inner knowing, in our intuition, in the guidance that we are receiving and the convictions that we're coming to and the truths that we are aligning with on an internal level. This is this conscious awareness integrated into our emotions, into our emotional body, internally, into our feelings, and feeling very supported by God and universe and having a lot of faith in the path that's unfolding before us and the fact fact that we can trust it and that we can follow it and that we can surrender to it. Pisces is also very much an energy about surrendering to that higher plan, to that higher calling, to that higher power. And so we got that going on with the moon in the trine to Jupiter for sure. This is also bringing just a huge flood and infusion of truth to us too, though on these deep internal emotional levels. Let's talk about the Sabian symbols that we have going on Saturday. Saturday, 23 degrees of Pisces, the degree where the sun is moving to later in the day for the conjunction to Neptune. Where is the degree where Neptune has been, you guys? A materializing medium giving a seance. Ask and you shall receive. Spiritual guidance in tremendous abundance, the light being shown. Like this is the wake up call. Like this is the light, this is seeing the light, this is hearing the trumpets, this is answering the call. Like this is getting online with the spiritual path. This is that like just inner knowing and inner alignment with the higher truth that just is awakened within us. A materializing medium giving a seance. We can truly receive some profound spiritual guidance if we ask for it, if we ask for signs, if we ask, please give me a sign, give me a signal that I can clearly and truly understand and interpret, and I will know in that moment I am supposed to do X, Y, or Z. This type of thing is very tangible. I keep using that word, tangible and intangible, but it just feels appropriate in the energetic dimensions that we're dealing in this weekend with this going on. We also have the Earth on Saturday, 23 degrees of Virgo. A lion tamer rushes fearlessly into the circus arena. We are facing our fears with this too. We are standing up for ourselves. We are not being afraid of the threat. But we also, with this degree, we also need to be aware of being drawn in to any type of circus that may be playing on our fears going on. This is a circus arena. This is a staged event. We need to be very weary of things being staged as well. Projections also, especially in terms of the narratives and stuff like that are being created right now. This is also very Neptune oriented. We need to be very sure that we are not being sold on a circus or a charade about something with this specific Sabian symbol being represented in the position of the earth today. What is happening on the ground? A lion tamer rushes fearlessly. Like if someone shows up today, just like out of nowhere, appearing to save the day in some type of a scenario, we just need to be a little bit weary of their motives. And if this is not like part of some type of staged event, I guess is what I'm trying to say, with this degree being represented again by the earth today. But on the other hand of that, again, it is also representing the ability to rush fearlessly into something that would generally cause a degree of extreme caution. So we're kind of throwing inhibitions to the wind as well with this degree in effect. And with Jupiter in the trine to the moon, I feel like we are having a lot of confidence and faith in our abilities to pursue with courage the things that we are passionate about at this point in time, with Venus and Mars in the conjunction as well. Very much still this divine relationship, soul connection, soulmate energy coming in, but this is telling me that we really are beginning to move forward now in this rectification of this heart space energy. The divine feminine within us is truly rising, into her power and helping us rediscover that sense of self-worth, that sense of self-value, and it's creating a major shift in our relationship to ourselves, and things are really going to start changing for us now. I know they are moving forward, and I'm seeing it happen for people, and it's exciting. So we have that going on as well. Venus is starting to move ahead, and she is actually, she'll be moving to 6 degrees of Aquarius today. Mars is at 5 degrees of Aquarius, the Council of Ancestors degree. And I think that's basically what I have to say for the energy for Saturday, blending into Sunday. Now, this blend right here, Saturday into Sunday, this is the energy that I'm actually like really really, really excited about because of the placement that the moon is going to be coming to, while we simultaneously have the sun and Neptune in a conjunction. Now, the sun and Neptune are going to be at the conjunction at 23 degrees of Pisces. We currently have the south node of the moon located at 25 degrees of Scorpio. They're only 2 degrees off from each other in their trine, which will be coming exact between the south node and Neptune over the next couple weeks. But 2-degree orb, that is a very close aspect. That is a very in progress trine. And we are having our moon in Cancer, remember, which is the 3rd water sign. And the moon is coming to the end of Cancer while Neptune and the sun are still conjunct at that degree. And so what this is doing for us, you guys, in that in-between period, sort of in between Saturday into Sunday, when the moon comes to the degree 23, 24, 25 degrees of Cancer, what this is doing is setting us up with a grand trine in water signs, both luminaries, the south node of the moon, and Neptune. This is that spiritual healing and release from generational cycles of trauma and karmic loops. This is that massive tidal wave of divine healing love energy that is healing our souls, healing our spirits, healing our unconscious, healing our conscious, healing the past. This is the south node in Scorpio. This is ruling all of our traumas and all of our issues and all of our deep psychological complexes that have resulted from the negative toxic experiences, the painful experiences, the traumatic experiences that we've endured, and the negative defense mechanisms and attachments that we've built as a result of that have kept us in situations that are not good for us, or keeping us out of alignment with our authentic truth, or having us surrender our power in one way or another because we're not recognizing what we truly hold inside, which is being alleviated right now as well with this Venus moving ahead and the degree of the earth on Saturday, that royal coat of arms enriched with precious jewels. We are discovering the self-worth inside of us, and this is healing us, and it's helping us to release these negative attachments, these negative vibrations that again could have been remnants from generational issues that we've been dealing with, or karmic cycles that we've been caught up in. This aspect with this divine infusion of light and spiritual energy coming straight from God and universe in the sign of Neptune, this compassion, this love, this unconditional love. Neptune is really the higher octave planet of Venus, ruling unconditional love. That is the name of the game this weekend, and that is the name of the game actually in terms of this entire journey that we've been on a vibrational energetic level. That's what this has all been trying to do this entire year, is restore our heart center, restore the purity and the sanctity of our heart, and help us come back into this place of unconditional love, because unconditional love is truly the master of this reality, of this paradigm that we're moving into. Because when we can align with and resonate to unconditional love inside on a vibrational level, then we create, manifest, and attract the reflection of that externally. We create and build heaven on earth, this new golden age, this new paradigm, this age of Aquarius, where we're going. It is all as a result of this vibrational energetic shift, this rectification of the heart space. All of these transits, all of these activations that have been going on have been moving us forward in this direction. And that is really the major universal push in this energy today. The moon, our emotions, our soul; the sun, our consciousness, our character, our spirit; Neptune and Pisces, unconditional love, spiritual connection, divine truth, divine union; the south node in Scorpio, release of the toxic attachments of the past. And that moon in the end of Cancer, making that grand trine, is also going to be lining up with an opposition to Pluto, who just had a conjunction with Mars and Venus, refining, purifying, rebirthing, transforming that heart center and that divine will, the divine feminine, the divine masculine. The moon in this grand trine also opposing Pluto. And with the south node in Scorpio ruled by Pluto, this is a purge of the negative attachments of this of the things that have been keeping us out of our power, so that we can come back into the truth of the value that we hold inside. North Node in Taurus, Venus moving ahead, and really begin to tap into that creative potential, tap into that resource, and begin to conceive, create, birth something for ourselves, radically new and different. Mars and Venus in the sign of Aquarius, but that can carry us forward and that is in alignment with our authentic truth and what is going to bring us that joy, what is going to bring us that fulfillment, what is going to allow us to actually contribute and serve something special and unique that we have only in and of ourselves to the overall good, and that is going to realign our vibration in a way that helps us to bring in these divine unions, these divine connections, this fulfilling experiences that really truly help us to rise into the potential and the capacity of our soul and what we've always been meant to be here to do. I like, it's just so magical. This is such a magical weekend. Let's talk about the Sabians real quick that we have in effect going on for Sunday alongside these alignments. We have, remember, first of all, we have Neptune and the Sun at 23 degrees of Pisces, the materializing medium giving a seance. We have Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn, a woman reading tea leaves. We have the South Node at 25 degrees of Scorpio. An X-ray photograph helps in the diagnosis. All these Sabian, and these are the Sabian symbols that are in effect by the planets being aspected by the moon in this grand trine and by opposition to the moon on Sunday. So there. An X-ray photograph, a woman reading tea leaves, a materializing medium giving sense. This is all about seeing through the veil, seeing through the other side of things, being able to communicate, having a tangible grasp and view of the untangible and the invisible, recognizing the power of the unseen in its ability to impact our physical, present, material reality. X-ray vision, being able to peer through what is usually not visible to the naked eye to diagnose the problem, to figure out, this is that divine guidance. Like, it is just all over the place. Like, the fact that we have these are the Sabians that we're dealing in, while these are the aspects that we're dealing in, it's just beyond a coincidence. It's beyond a synchronicity. It truly is this tidal wave of divine healing energy that is coming through because of our ability to see the truth through the spiritual enlightenment, see through the illusion, see through what is usually, or perceive what is usually unperceivable. And the awareness that we're gaining. This is helping to diagnose the problem. And with the South Node in effect, and with Pluto in effect, and this conjunction as well, and this water sign energy, I have literally probably never seen such an infusion of unconditional, loving, spiritual energy that is helping to clear and alleviate our shadows. And also, just one more thing to add to it, even though the black moon is not being activated by these planets right now, the black moon is currently also in an opposition to the galactic center, which is doing the same to heal our shadows and to heal our subconscious minds and our subconscious programming, and to help us release and infuse those dark areas, those hurt areas, those unhealed areas with this divine wisdom and unconditional love and light. A magical weekend, you guys. That is basically all I can say to sum up this energy. It's like, it's like bliss. We need to keep in mind though, I'm not going to say that this is going to be the most wonderful feeling energy for everyone, even though it is likely to feel really, really good for a lot of people, because we have to keep in mind, depending on where we are on our path or how far off our course we've gotten, sometimes true unconditional love is sometimes like harsh love and doesn't feel exactly like what we want or what will make us happier in this moment. But a lot of times it's what we need. And so that's another aspect of this energy. Like, this is pushing for our soul's growth, for our soul's healing. And it might put us up against experiences and situations that are not necessarily maybe what we want or what we think that we want at this point in time. But what we will find out is that it really truly is what we want. And maybe we were just having a hard, maybe we had just gotten a little bit further off our course and needed some sort of like more tough love getting back to the place that is right for us. So that's what I have to say for the astrology that we have going on this weekend, you guys. I did pull a couple of tarot cards this morning, shuffling the deck, asking God, Spirit, Universe, please clarify what's going on with the collective energy this weekend in the midst of this tidal wave of love that we have going on. And it's interesting, the cards that actually came out. So the first card that we have coming out of the deck in the midst of all of this like hypercharged water energy that we have this weekend was, ta-da, the King of Cups making his appearance. This is really like a card that is representing this Neptune, ruler of the sea, sun energy that we have, and especially with the moon, all of this water energy. This is talking about really a mastery over the realms of the emotions and the imagination and the creative mind and the unconscious, with the King of Cups really being in the true power and authority of feelings, having a lot of control over our feelings as well. But this is definitely representing a huge infusion of some emotional energy that we have going on in the energy this weekend. The next card that came out was the Ten of Pentacles. And so these two cards together, to me, this is sort of saying that like by embracing our authentic emotional truth and standing in the power of that, allowing the power of our connection to our spiritual truths and this conscious awareness that we're gaining and the impact that it's having on our emotional body, in aligning with that vibration, is actually attracting and bringing and helping us to manifest the things that we truly want and desire in this reality. Like, this is what is essentially being represented by the energy that is coming in right now. This ability to stand in this power of our emotional truth, magnetizing, bringing in, helping us to manifest and create the Ten of Pentacles, like the ultimate in what could bring us that abundance and fulfillment. And then after that, we got the Four of Pentacles. This is talking about tightly holding on to something, grasping onto something, not letting something go. And in the context of this energy, it feels like we are holding on pretty tight to this emotional sense of empowerment that we may be feeling, and the ability of that internal sense of emotional empowerment to translate into actual physical abundance in our lives. And then you guys, on the back of the deck, what do we have? We have this star card. This is that divine inspiration that is driving all of it. This is that faith. This is that age of Aquarius energy. This is telling me that this shift that is taking place right now and that we are holding on to in terms of this new sense of emotional empowerment and what that tangibly can represent in terms of manifestation potential is exactly in alignment with the progression of the age of Aquarius right now. These frequencies that are coming in, these transformations that are going on, this path that is opening up for us, that is trying to bring us in alignment with that authentic truth, that authentic emotional sense of empowerment, that, of course, as I say, will help us produce, attract, manifest, create, open ourselves to the opportunity of things that will really truly bring us that sense of abundance and fulfillment. So the cards are actually reflecting what is going on in the chart and the energy today. And then under that, actually under the star on the back of the deck, we had the King of Wands. So that, there it is, you know, the full ability to manifest and create through our own resources within us, our own creativity, our own sense of self-empowerment. Amazing, wonderful. Should we do a synchronicity card? Let's do a synchronicity card. So these synchronicity cards, they are messages from God. They are just meant to give us a little bit of additional guidance or inspiration or advice on navigating the energy this weekend. So what is it? What is it that, you know, what supportive information, what additional information would be helpful and beneficial to us in navigating these energies? These cards are by Janice Shellman, and they have a tendency of being very magical and very on point. One just decided to go shooting out. It says you can't change another, you guys. And we know this. We've been talking about this. And we are not allowing other people to interfere with our state of internal peace and our manifestation process at this point in time. It says, thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. Isaiah 26:3. In your relationships with others, don't be possessive or try to make them do what you think they should do or act the way you think they should act. Never permit others to rob you of your peace of mind. Your peace and joy are in God and not in the words or actions of other people. Bless them and walk on. Because we are in our King of Cups. We are in our sense of emotional maturity. We are in our sense of emotional internal self-empowerment. And we cannot be swayed or pulled off or shifted out of our vibration by anybody else's opinions or perceptions or projections at this time, because we are aligning with our truth and we are moving in that direction. And that is the advice of God today. So that's what I have for my report for this weekend, you guys. Absolutely beautiful, magical, important, and significant, very, very tremendously healing weekend of energy we have. Wishing everyone absolutely the best. I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends if you think they would be interested. Leave me comments, you guys. I absolutely love your comments. I love hearing what you have to say. Thank you so much for taking the time to write to me. And I have a Facebook page and a Facebook group and an Instagram and a TikTok and website. If anyone is interested in any of that, they will be in the description box below. And come back with me on Monday, you guys. We're going to have a fresh week of astrology to talk about, and judging by the context of all of our other weeks recently, it's probably going to be another significant one. So wishing everyone a really beautiful weekend, and I will see you Monday. Bye, guys.